Okay, so we're back at our homepage, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to dive back into our presentation, and now we're going to go into an editor basics. So let's see Canva in action. And remember to drop any questions in the chat. I will be checking that periodically as well. So here I am. I am in my Canva editor right now, and you can see I have a presentation size slide. So this is a 16 by 9. It would be the same as a Google slide or a PowerPoint. You're going to notice two things here. I'm going to have a left toolbar. And in this introductory session, we really hit on just the first 4 tabs, but I'm going to show you how to bring new tabs in this session as well today. So we're going to do a couple things that just to make sure you guys are set up. So we have templates, elements, uploads, and text. The one thing that I'll say about Canva is that it's highly intuitive. When I've worked with students in primary, I actually used inquiry to get them started. I did not do direct instruction of here's how you do this. With our students, I just wanted to do a test. So we've done it a couple different ways just to kind of see what that would be like. But with a group of second graders, I said, what do you think I'm going to find under the templates? And you guys know it just as well. We're going to find the templates. Same thing, elements, it's where we're going to find all of our graphics and more. So whatever the tab says, it's what it does. So let's go through here. I'm just going to do a quick little demo. I'm going to take this slide for now. You'll notice that in our templates, because I'm in a presentation sized slide deck right now, it's going to give me all types of different presentations. And if I hover over them, you'll see that there are sometimes anywhere from, it might be just 2 slides. Sometimes there might be 15 different slides. And these slides will be pre-designed for you, but you get to edit and customize them. You can change the colors. At the bottom, it will give you the template style and also the text combination or the font combination and how they paired that. So I just have one here on fun facts about me. Before I go into the demo, I also want to just draw your attention that you, aside from the templates, if you toggle, if you can see where my mouse is, if I toggle over to layouts, this is where if you're building more of a presentation and you want various layout slides, you'll find a wide collection of template slides, and it honestly will just keep scrolling. So, and any of these are customizable as well. You can change the colors, the font, you can add new things in. It's actually really fun to use if you like creating. Okay, so here we are on our slide. So I'm going to hit on the next 3 tabs, and then I'm going to go over what we call our tap toolbar. Before we go to our tap toolbar, I'm going to take you to our elements. Our elements tab is where we're going to find any of our images, graphics, video, audio, you name it. So when I select elements to begin with, you will see that there's lots of options. So you can always search like this. For me, I typically just type something in. So I'm going to type in, today I'm going to choose pizza. So you can go to all things. So again, anything in Canva is almost always going to toggle. So you can always narrow that search. So you can see anything pertaining to pizza just populated. If I go to my graphics, I can find now graphics of pizza. I can also go to photos of pizza. The videos, if you hover over them, you'll get like a little preview. Is that pizza with an egg on it? That's different. Interesting. And then, of course, we even have different audios. You might find restaurant pizza and ambiance. So you might find some different things in there as well. There's all types of audio. The wonderful thing when it comes to Canva is that if your students are creating, you know that you're not sending them off to Google. You don't have to worry about privacy. You're not worrying about copyright. Everything is built in here for them. I worked with elementary students last year too on creating their own restaurants, their own menus. And so it was neat that they could pull in their own menu items. They had food pictures and more. So let's just select one here. I'm going to add this in, and I'm just going to slide it into my frame. If you don't like how it slides in, you can double click it and slide it to be exactly where you want. And if I were to delete these pictures, you'll notice that we have just like a background in here. And what these are called are frames. They're also going to be found under your elements. And frames are what will allow your picture to take the shape of your picture, or video will take the shape of the frame. So I'll just do a little demo of that. So there's another one. So a couple things about me. I do like pizza. I'm going to move away from my elements. I'm going to move down to uploads, and I will share. We do have 3 dogs. I'm just going to pop one in now. So there's Miss Nala. She's a sheepadoodle. 14 months and still a bit of a handful at times. And then we'll find, let's do one of our family pictures for now. So there we go. Our son's in his freshman year at college this year, so we'll add that in as well. So just a few things here about me. So what I did here, I hit on templates, elements, uploads, and text would be the next one down. Text is pretty simple because you're just going to select heading, and the minute you click it, it will land on your page. If you want a text box, that will also just land on your page. And of course, you can edit from there. I just want to return to uploads for a second, because the one thing that I didn't hit on yet was the fact I went and grabbed from my uploads. But I do want to just hit on that to upload to begin with. You do need to select upload files and where you want to. So if you have a OneDrive or a Google Drive connected, or you have things on your computer, you can upload anything from here. And then there is a record yourself option. Now, this button for record yourself will only show under certain media types. So a talking presentation is something you can create in Canva. I'm going to do a quick little demo of how that works. My recording studio just opened. On my screen, you'll see me in a little circle because I've uploaded my photo to my Canva profile. If you don't have a photo uploaded, it would just show initials. I could choose to turn my camera on. Right now, my camera is being used by Zoom, so it's not going to allow me to. So I'm just going to do a quick recording. One of my favorite foods is pizza. We actually have 3 dogs, but this is my one dog, Nala. And our firstborn child just started his freshman year in college, and our youngest is a sophomore and just wrapped up his football season. Now, just for the sake of a demo, if I hit my arrow over, I can just continue recording. On this screen here, which I will enlarge in just a second, but you'll see all the different variety of creations that you can make right here in Canva. I'm going to just select a done. At the top, I'm now going to select save and exit. And now these 2 videos are actually uploading in my files, but notice that they will land on the page. So these videos will live over here. So if I ever wanted to add these videos to another project, that's how I do it. So you can bring video into any other file. So I would have to come here to record myself. But if I wanted to add my own recording to another document, just remember, you just open the other document and then bring the recording in from there. Now, I can make this smaller. So if I don't want to see my icon, the other thing is, even if I left it bigger, stuck. And let's say I put it right here on top of the pizza, I can choose to click position and send it back. And now you can't even see the recording, but it will automatically play. Let me show you that. One of my favorite foods is pizza. We actually have 3 dogs, but this is my one dog, Nala. And normally that recording would autoplay, so it didn't at that time. I did end up clicking it, but typically it autoplays when I click present. Oh, you know why? Because I opened to this page. I bet if I opened to the page prior to and then hit my arrow, it would have. And same thing over here. You can see that that little video icon landed here too. This is a great way if you're having students demonstrate their learning, summarize anything. It just lets them add that voiceover feature. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and delete that. Okay, so that is one of my favorite features in Canva. So just going back to our demo real quick before I send it to you guys, a couple things that you'll want to know too is that when we just hit on those first 4 tabs here, and I will return to that in a second. But when you're talking about your top toolbar, I just want you to watch this top toolbar for a second and watch how it changes if I click the text versus if I click the background. Whatever you click on is going to change that toolbar so you can modify whatever it is that you clicked on. So if I want to click the text, I'm going to click the text, and now I have my option to control what font I have, what size I want it, and even what color I want it to be. I also have other things, like if I want to alignment, left, right, or center. You've got bullets and numbering. Any of your effects, we don't really go into in an intro session so much, but just know that there's some features here you can play with if you want. So you could do some page animations too, just to kind of make things liven it up. That's one of my favorite ones. So there's lots of different things you can play with in here too. I think we may have a question. Time limit on the recordings, that's not something I'm aware of. I'm recording in Zoom right now, but I actually bring all my recordings into Canva, and some are anywhere from an hour or more, and I've never had an issue with time limit. So let's see. And also, if you upload something from your Google Drive and edit and change it to Canva, it will remain the same in your Google Drive. So that's a good thing to know, that you can bring it into Canva, but it's like bringing a copy in, and then you could share it back to your Google Drive. So you're not editing the same thing. That's a great question. And then I will hit on groups in just a second too when it comes to the class. So one thing I do want, before I go, well, let me finish up with just this part and then I'll move on to that. So I kind of hit on the text, and when it comes to the background, just know that you can change color in here to anything you want. Any of these little details, these are your elements. You can also modify those. So the pencil here too, if I wanted my pencil to also be green. So you can make all of the changes that you wish to really adjust anything. And of course, any of the text here. So you can add anything, you can adjust. So it's very intuitive. And so I'm not going to go too far with all of that. I do want you to know that up at the top, this is where you're going to have your option to hyperlink anything. So I can hyperlink to my text. I can hyperlink. If I had a video of my dog created in Canva, I could share a link, paste it in here, and then I could have my students click this and see a video if I wanted to. I do want to circle back before I go any further with you guys, going back to that home page. So we don't load a class into Canva. We do always highly encourage that you use your learning management integration that you have with your district. And if you want to remind me of that, of what your learning management system is, that would be helpful too. So feel free to add that in. But what we can do in here is, if you come up here to your account settings, you can come in and you can create a group. So you can see here that you can create groups right in here. And once you have a group, if I wanted to add all of my team members, this is a great way to share to this group. Now, although you could do this with your students, it's ideal to use your learning management system, and Canvas has one of the better integrations with Canva. So you'd want to be using Canva through Canvas. So anytime you wanted your students to create in Canva, I would highly recommend, your students are already rostered in Canvas. So that's the best route to go. The groups here, although you could use it with students, is more so if you're collaborating with your team. So that's kind of the recommendation, with the understanding of knowing that Canva always makes adjustments. We've had a lot of questions recently around creating classes, creating groups, teams, and we know we've heard a lot of feedback that teachers oftentimes want those classes right here in Canva. So we have yet to see where the journey will go. At Canva's big event back, I think it was in September, they did announce that they're only 1% of the way to their vision of their final product. So I think we have a lot of things yet to be seen with Canva. So you can see on this screen, this gives you an idea of all the different things you could create in Canva. I've worked with students in lots of these things, and I'm excited for you guys to start using with students too. But we've also had people create gift certificates, coupons, bookmarks, Even students can create bookmarks within here as well. So the videos, talking presentations, anything.